So now that we've learned the mean of data and how to find it, we are now going to look at another way to analyze the center of data, and it's called the median. The median is the middle value in an ordered list, and if the number of values is odd, you find the mean of the two middle values if the number of the value is even. Okay, so we have pieces of data. We have to put them in number order so that you can see all the 5s, the 6s, the 7, the 8, and the 9, and the 10. So that would be the first thing we do. We are going to put in number order. So it was all scrambled originally and then put in number order. Then the next thing we need to do is find the middle number. A lot of people do this in different ways. Some people just with their finger will go into the middle and is one step at a time. And in this case, there is one middle going all to that 6. Some people will do arrows one at a time, or little movements to see that it is the for sure middle one. And some people will even cross them off like you can see. So the second thing is to find the middle number. Here's our quick notes of how to find the median. And there's two scenarios that can happen though. If we get straight to a middle number and there's only one, this is what they're talking about if there is an odd set of numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 13 pieces of data. It's an odd set, so therefore we're just going to have a middle. So sometimes there's just one in middle, like this. So our answer is 6 years old for our situation that we're looking at the ages in an after-school program. Now, if there was 14 pieces of data, so let's say a new student enrolled and they are 11, then that would change because we would have to count in differently, and a different number could be in the middle. And 2 of them in this case would be in the middle. So if there are 2 numbers in middle, we do something to figure out what is the actual middle. And that would be, we would find the average of the 2. So we'll look at that in some of our examples when that comes up. So for example 1, the line plot shows the snow in Rochester, New York. What is the median of the data? Okay. So in this case, we have to look at the line plot. Now, the nice thing about the numbers already being in a line plot is they are in number order already, just like we said we need to do first. So them being in number order helps. And the only thing we need to do is move along that number order in X's and find them. So in this case, I'm going to cross them off. So 1 there, 1 there. Now we're down to these 2. So I'm going to go backwards. Okay, so there are 2 in the middle. Now the interesting thing about these 2 in the middle is that if we are going to find the average of the 2, you can really do this mentally if they're the same number. We have a 4 and a 4, that's an 8, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So if they're 2 of the same number, you really already know the average. So the answer is 4 inches is that median, okay? So not a tricky one, and nice, they're already in number order. What about this data set though? So this is not in number order, so we have to make sure we put it in number order first. So we have 20, okay, and then we have, I see a couple 34s, so there's a 34, there's a 34. Notice I'm marking them off as I go to make sure I didn't miss any. 42, and then 43. You don't want to mess this up and then have your median be off because you don't have all of the numbers, or you don't have them in actual number order. 79, and then a 79. So I always like to do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, and it's an even set. Remember, if it's an even set, we are going to have 2 in the middle. So let's go ahead. I'm going to use the just finger method of going in. 1, 2, okay. Yeah, so these 2 are in the middle. So we need to do what? We need to find the average. Remember, with mean, that's the same thing as finding the average. We add them together, and we have 85. Now, when we add them together, we also have to divide by how many pieces we have. So we're going to divide by 2. And when we divide by 2, we would have, okay, so 2 can go into 80 40 times. And that 2 times 4, 80, got it. Okay, and there's some leftover. So we're going to put that in as a fraction. We have 2, nope, not 2. We have 40 and 5. Oh no, I can do more, can't I? Should keep going. So it's not going to be 40. It's going to be 40 something because 2 can go into 5 more. So you can go in 2 more times. And then there would be 3 left over. So now, well, and then I've subtracted. I'm on a roll here. I did not take just out 2. I took out 4. And then there's 1 left over. I knew I made a mistake because my remainder was still larger than what I'm dividing by. So now I see I have a total of, don't want to get my comma in my answer, 42 and 1/2. No particular set of data described, so we don't need a label here. But the main thing is we put them in number order. We found the middle. There were 2, so we had to find the average of them by adding and then divided by 2. Okay? Now let's check out our example 3. So this graph shows the percentage of different types of emojis. What is the median of the emoji data? So if we look at all these different percentages, I'm going to list them all. So we have an 8, we have an 8, we have a 7, a 5, a 4, and a 3. Oh, goodness. And we have a 56 that's hiding in there. That is the most popular one. So I'm going to put these in number order now. So I have a 3, and then I have 2 4s, and then I have a 5 here, and then a 5 there, a 6, 2 7s, get them both. And then, that wasn't a 5 and a 6. That was a 56. Should have used commas in between each number, right? Then I would know that those were separate pieces of data, right? So then I would just have a 6. Actually, I wouldn't have a 6 at all because that was a part of my 56. So it's a 7 and a 7. And then an 8 and an 8. This is really going to need a count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I definitely missed something still. So I have my 3, I have my 4s, I have 1 5, and then I have 2 7s and 2 8s. Well, how did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So sometimes we need to go back to the drawing board to check. Okay, I have a 3. I have 2 4s. I have a 5. And then I have a 7 and a 7. And I have an 8 and an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know what I'm missing. Did you see it? 56. There it is. I crossed them off, so then I forgot I already had them. All right, or that I didn't already have it. So now let's find the middle. So we know it's 9, so we're going to have a middle, and it's 7. So the answer is 7%. No mean needed because there was only 1 in the middle. Let's check out example 4. So in example 4, a 5th grade math teacher collects the quiz scores of all the quarantine students. Oh, goodness. So we need to find the median of the quiz scores. So we're going to put these in number order. So we have a 71, 71. You go ahead and put them in number order too, and then we'll compare. Make sure we didn't miss any. And then we have an 80, an 82, an 85. Don't forget my commas so I can see my different pieces, and 89. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got them. Or let's find the middle. Oh, did we say 10? Is there 2 in the middle? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so when I go to the middle, I get a 75 and a 70. So what's interesting about that is I could add these together and divide by 2, and I'll still show it. But what's in between 75 and 77? 76. So there's really no need to add them up and divide by 2 because you know exactly what's in the middle of those two. But I'll show you just because. In 152 divided by 2, so we know that can go in 7 times 7D, and then 76. There you go. Now let's take it a step further. Steve says the median of the quarantine quiz scores is 85. How did he get this answer? How could he get an 85? 85 is not in here. Look where 85's at. What step could he have missed? What might he have not done? Let's even go back and think. What could he have incorrectly thought about or didn't do? So number order, did he put it in number order? I don't know. Would 85 be in the middle? It would be 85 in the middle. So he did not put it in number order. No, it's not correct because he didn't put it in number order. All right, so that's median, finding the middle. Let's practice.